Hi there everybody, back again, another video, another week. Glad you all like the old tractor video. First time I've done one of them, but you know, it's different, isn't it? You know, and a few of you said you want to see a trailer done with it, but I haven't got a trailer. I don't intend buying one. I mean, if anybody sends anything through, like a trailer or anything like that, I'll do it, but you know, but I'm not really into the old agricultural thing. But I mean, if a few of you like it, if anybody sends anything like that in, obviously I will have a go at it. Anyway, this week it's the Dinky, I think it's 104 SPV, the old Captain Scarlet Spectrum Pursuit vehicle, and nice little model, this one. Jeff Ford sent this one in, and as usual, before we start, I'll give a mention to a few of you, what you guys that's left the nice comments. Barry Shaxson, John Davey, 1968 Concorde, Jeff Ford, of course, L. Clark, John Lystander, I think that's how you pronounce it, Paul from Pimp My Diecast, Johnny Ties, if that's how you say that, I don't know, Adrian Smith, PDM, that's all it is, PDM, but left me a nice comment. Ian Wigmore, Diecast Pirate, Colin Price, Jan Kotze, Mike King, and my old mate Brian Stubbers in Thailand. Hello Brian, over there. I bet it's nice and sunny over there, isn't it? You keep saying I don't mention, I notices your comments, but I do. Anyway, Robert Garrett says, really impressive, Bob, looks like new. Are you doing a trailer next to go with it? There you go. See, I mean, yeah, if I get one, I will, Rob. I will do a trailer if I get one. Oh yeah, that's what I want. I wish I never mentioned last time about the old subscriber count, because I noticed now it's worse. It's gone. It was like, I think it was 62, or I don't know, 62, 30 something. I don't know. Of 62% of non-subscribers was more watching than what was actual subscribers watching. Now it's gone worse. I don't know, is it the actual the non-subscribers that's been watching has gone up since then. So I wish I never mentioned it now, but I still want you, you know, I mean, all you non-subscribers that watch, I'm happy to have you watching, but I want you to hit the button so that it pumps it up a bit, helps me out, you know. Do it now, as Arnold would say. Bit of a crap impersonation, I know. Anyway, Fraser Martin, close-up stuff on the new camera is brill, Bob. Huge improvement in detail views, even if it is a bit slow on the focus uptake. Great resto, sensitive and neat. Good job. Yeah, I notice it sometimes do take a bit of time to adjust, but I think in the next one, not this video, but pardon me, in the next video I'm doing after this, I've actually changed the camera angle because it was, I think it was a bit too far away and it wasn't sort of catching it quick enough, if you know what I mean. I've been experimenting a lot, so you lot will have to bear with me with this new camera for a minute till I get it, you know, spot on how I want it. Keith Davies, Keith Davies, yeah, he's sent me some stuff, some cards. Thanks for that, Keith. Thanks for sending that through. Great improvisation on the engine sound. It reminds me of when kids used to flip playing cards on the forks of their bikes, and the spokes hitting the cards sounded like a motorbike engine. Yeah, I used to do that on my chopper bike. I used to have a chopper bike. One of the had the big eye back seat on it, and a you know, 3-speed, you know, T-bar gear stick. Brilliant. I wish I still had the bloody thing. I know I wouldn't be able to ride it now, but I'm too fat. But what a bike that was. Gaza P, lovely job. Must say you're not. Oh, I must say you're outstanding in your field with your tractor. Very good, Gaz. Jeff Baker, very decent restoration on the Massey Ferguson, Bob. Always enjoy your restorations. Hope your missus and you are doing well. Take care, my friend. See you on the next vid. I will, mate. Thanks, Jeff. Ian B, hi Bob, that looks amazing. Great to see you do something agricultural. Plow on. Very good. And do another. Best wishes to you both, Ian B. Thank you very much, mate. Ricky Lee, fantastic little tractor build restoration, Bob. Loving the video and sound quality from the new Sony camera. Great work as always, sir. Yeah, it is better. It is a bit sharper. I've noticed it's a bit sharper. I mean, I'm quite enjoying using the camera now, but like I say, you've got to bear with me until I get the actual perfect shots. But I think the next video, like I said earlier, is going to be a bit better. Robert Sterling, hi Bob, nice change of pace. The tractor turned out great. Another one saved. The picture quality from the new camera is amazing. When you zoomed in, whoa, we see the details. It looks like a good investment. Keep up the great work. Stay safe and well. Thank you very much, Robert. I'm glad you're all noticing that my efforts have come to fruition, as they say, with the new camera. I'm only trying to improve on the quality for you lot. Dave Watson, Bob, having worked in TV, here, this is a comment I was on about. We found the camera mounted directly pointing from above the table, like the cooking films, the cooking videos. Shows your hands and it won't be in the way. Yes, well, that is what I'm doing on the next video. Actually, I've managed, if you see this, I've managed to sort this out and get the camera sort of pointing sort of down that way, and I've got the little screen pops up there so I can see, and it sort of directly goes down there, and this piece here is what I used to have the camera on, and I puts the light on there because the light, if it's going to be on here, it's going to be in the way of my head, sort of thing. So I'll put the light on there, and then I can sort of put it wherever I want to put it then. So that's what I'm done on the next video. So hopefully you'll notice a difference. Fred Neubecker, God bless Corgi Bob. Thanks, Fred. Tony Dowling, another lovely result from a tricky restoration, Bob. The finish is the best. I don't know what happened to my comment on the ice cream van, but that was a top-notch job too. Hope you and your good lady are both well and keep safe till the next video. Yeah, I don't know, Tone. I can't remember seeing it. You know what YouTube's like. It could be a certain word you put in there and they might have just, took it off. Because I have noticed, I've looked in like withheld comments before, and there's been comments in there. And I think, so why have they withheld that? Bloody YouTube, it's a computer, innit, does it? I'll have to have another look in there. I haven't looked yet, but I will have another look to see your comment about the ice cream man. Because I haven't seen one, so I don't know. Peter Horton. Oh, this is, pardon me. Peter Horton. Well, it looks fantastic, Bob. Your work is incredible. Great to hear the engine clicking noise again too. Well done, Peter. This is the bloke who actually sent it in. I won't mention the decals. Yeah, I put them on the wrong way round, and I know I did, everybody. I know I put them the wrong way round. Somebody said I put them on upside down, but I thought, well, I can't put them on upside down because the writing would be upside down, wouldn't it? But what he meant was put them on back to front. I put the right one on the left hand side and the left one on the right hand side because it's something to do with the roundel bit, and it's supposed to go the other way round. But it looked alright to me at the time. I don't know. I've done it now. I should have looked at a picture really. I should have been a bit more careful, but it looks alright anyway. I hope Mrs. Bob continues to improve and that you both stay safe and well. Thanks for sharing the video. Take care and all the best, Peter. Thank you, Peter, for sending it in. Roka Tansky. Bob, what part of your restorations do you use that axe for that's hanging on your wall? Love your restos, by the way. Yeah, he's on about this bugger here. Well, anybody comes in here annoying me in my place, this is my deterrent. Nah, not really. I used to use this because I used to have an open fire years ago in here. Why am I waving this around? I'll tell you all. Stick it back on the shelf where it belongs. No, I used to have an open fire years ago until it was when we first moved here, and it's a mobile home, and we had a bloody fire. I used to work nights all the time. I was on the paper, also newspaper delivery thing, like, you know, and I used to work through the night, you know, going to the shops delivering papers, stuff like that. And then it was on my night off, and we had I had an open fire going. It was around Christmas time, and because I couldn't get to sleep night times, I used to stay up most of the night when on my night off, because we only had one night off, and that was it. I used to have the Friday night off, and I was sat there one thing, and I was going to go one morning. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was just about to go to bed, and I thought, no, I'll have another cigarette, and then I'll go to bed. And I'm sat there on a cigarette, watching the telly. All of a sudden, all this smoke comes billowing across the ceiling. I thought, what the hell? And the actual open fire, there was a bit windy that night. There was something blew back, and it caught all the chimney alight inside. And it's a mobile home, don't forget, and they things go up just like that. So I ran out into the bloody kitchen. I got a bucket, and I was done the worst thing, really, stupid thing to do, chucking water over it, and it all steam come out, burnt my arms. There was a door in the front room. I kicked it open. I was shouting to me missus to get out and get the dog out and everything. Anyway, next minute somebody come across, they started squirting the nose outside, and well, the next thing, it was the bloody fire brigade was here, and you know, we had to. I stayed here, mind. I didn't leave the house. We only been here sort of a couple months, I suppose, when it happened. And yeah, well, we got it all done. The insurance fixed it all, and it was, well, we've never had an open fire since. We've used the actual gas central heating now. We've got gas central heating in here, and we've used that. Anyway, I'm rattling on. You don't want to hear all that. But that's what I used to chop up my own wood, like, you know, for the open fire. I did used to love an open fire. I had one up where I used to live previously, like, and you can't beat an open fire, really, but I don't think it suits these type of houses. But anyway, that's another story. This is not story time. This is corgi restorations. Anyway, Robert Headley. A lot of people watch YouTube on television. There is an option to hit the subscribe button watching it on television. I didn't know that. Oh well, come on, you lot who watches it on telly, hit that button then. Mark Davis, finally, great job on the little Fergie Bob. The only boo-boo was the decals. Yeah, I know. They were upside down. You said that. No, they weren't upside down. They was back to front. It's back to front, Mark, not upside down. But I mean, that's just bad, I suppose. Unless you're going to sell it, who cares? I don't think anybody buying it would have worried anyway if I was going to sell it. I'm not going to sell it anyway. I've actually got the little farmer man now that sits on it. I did get a repro one. All the best for you and your wife, mate. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Regards, Mark. Thanks very much, Mark. Thanks for pointing out about the decals, by the way. I've never known. Now, anyway, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoy this video of the Spectrum Pursuit vehicle. On this one here, at the end, I've actually used the door that's got the fixed seat, because I had a few spare seats to go in it, but I didn't have the actual hinge with there's two versions apparently. There's one with a little hinge and the seat comes down with Captain Scarlet sat in it. Well, I didn't have the actual hinge and the actual, you know, seat to go in this one. So when I've done the final shots, I've done it with the fixed seat fitting, but it still looks, you know, it looks the actual thing, like, you know, it looks really good. So I won't keep you no longer. Hope to see you next time, everyone. Good health and everything to all of you. I'm off now. I'm gonna roll myself a cigarette and I'm gonna go and start another restoration video, I think, while you lot's watching this one. So for me, look after yourselves, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Okay, folks, here we go. It's another Captain Scarlet, and this time it's the SPV Spectrum Patrol vehicle, and this one kindly sent in by Jeff Ford from Bletchley. Thanks, Jeff, for sending this in. He sent a few other nice models as well, which I won't tell you about yet, but I will get round to doing them. Not a lot wrong with this one, really. all that's missing is the little figure inside, Captain Scarlet figure, and the missile, and that's about it really. I mean, everything else is there. It just needs redoing, it needs tidying up, respraying. So let's get on with it. Right folks, this is what we're going to do today. It's the old Captain Scarlet MS or SPV, is it? Or yeah, SPV, Spectrum Pursuit Vehicle. And this one here, you got the old tracks, they come down on the back like that, and your aerial, you can move that around. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. There's a little door on the front, and in there you got a missile, and if you push these wheels up at the front, that pops out, and if you push it again it fires a missile. I've got to get that nice and flush on the front. I'm not quite happy with that. It's not too if you look at it, it's not very flush with the actual, you know, when it shuts. I'm very fussy about things like that. I have got 2 or 3 of these doors. This one here, as you see, this door doesn't close up tight as well, so I'm going to have to fiddle around with that. But that, you flick that switch and it pops out, and look how loose that is. Look, it shouldn't be as loose as that. That's ridiculous. So there's obviously something wrong there. Little Captain Scarlet sits on there, so that's got to be all cleaned up and put back. But I think you can take this apart. It's only like there's like a rivet in there somewhere you got to take off, and it's pretty easy to take apart this one. There's a screw down there. You can, I don't know if you can see it down through there. I'll shut that up. There's a little screw right down there in the middle, and there's 2 screws here got to come out, and then this all pops off, and away you go. So I'm going to start taking this one apart, and we'll get on and do this one. Right, at the moment guys, I'm trying to get the best angle I can for you. Right, we're going to undo these screws. First of all, there's that the little back one there. There's one right in the back of there, if I can show you. See that one? I'm going to get it out. I mean, that one there, when you put it back together, don't do it up too tight, because if you do it up too tight, you can't move that. Look how easy they move now, undone in a bit. But you've got to do it up fairly tight so the bloody back don't come off, you know. It's a bit of a silly old idea really, but there's one of them. I don't know if I can come out any further. Yeah, take the old front ones out. If I put these over here, because I want to keep that's the back, that's the front left hand and the front right hand one. I'm a stickler for trying to put them back in the same hose they come out of. They should be alright really, but that's me. Bit of a silly way of doing things, I suppose. Right, now this here just comes off. Now don't worry about that. Oh, don't worry about that piece. All that does, when you put it back together, it just slides down there like that. And that's about the awkwardest piece you've got. So really you want to try and put it back together like that, but then you've got to hold the aerials as well, because they'll flop down. That's all it does, that there. It holds, if you see the aerials here. Oh, getting you. It just rests on that piece there. That piece there, when it's closed up, is something like that. It just sort of, I don't know, it does something like that. It just holds that aerial piece up there like that. See, that's all it does. I'm sure they could have come up with a better idea than that. I don't see the point of that, to tell you the truth. Just knock all this out. This will all just come out. That there just slides off like that. So you can put it in either way, that one. so there's no worries with that. Now this here, this piece just pops out like that, just clips out. All this just got to be cleaned up really, but you want to try and get these wheels off. Now I did have a couple off. I think they just pull off actually. If I try a minute, yeah, as you can see they just pull off of these spindles here. Look, if you look closely here, I'll see if I can get in a bit closer for you. You'll see that there, it's got like a, it's like a little spindle. It's a push on. Oh, better get it in focus there. There's a push on fit, let's see. So if you got the wheel, there's the wheel, it just, well, he's a bit manky that wheel. It just pushes on and you should be alright with that. So we can take all them out. We need a bloody good clean up by the looks of it. There's a lot of muck in there. It's just muck. It looks like the rubber's all deteriorated, but it's not. It's just plain old muck. I don't know why they've got them painted black on there. Whether that was put on afterwards, I'm not sure. But all this muck will come off pretty easy. See, it's all coming off of me now and all that. You should get a nice chrome finish on them wheels actually, but give them a good polish up, take the tyres off. But we'll keep them all together. I'll put that on lightly and I'll line them all up. Then you got a small one. Oh, you don't want to come off so easy, this one. I'm going to have to try and wedge these off, I think. Get a little screwdriver in there. Might need a stronger one than that. Oh, he is moving. I'll get a bigger screwdriver. Give us a sec, folks. I'll get the heavy gear out for this one. This is all you got to do is get your screwdriver in there and just wedging off. He is moving. He might pull off now actually. He's giving a little wiggle. Oh, I've got the tyre off. That's something, I suppose. Just giving another little wedge. I'll try something else. Pardon my cardigan getting in the way a minute. I'm looking for a set of pliers here, what I've got especially for this. What should do the business. There, these here. No. Get them in there. Here it comes. Oh, he's come off the other side. Oh, no, magnetic floor nearly struck again. But he is coming off that one. Or was that one not coming off? It must have been coming off the other side. Well, put him on just lightly. I won't push him right on. So we know, you know, he's got to go back. Well, I'll carry on taking the rest of these off. And this will be ready for dunking then. So you see how I do it. It's pretty straightforward, easy to do. So I'll take the rest of them off and well, I'll show you this now that we've got to do some drilling here for a start. That's all got to come out because I want to get this piece out. I'm not going to take this piece out. That's a switch. I'm going to have to take the switch off. I mean, the switch, it just pries off. bigger screwdriver on that. There, you just pop off like that, I see. So that's no problem with that. But I'm not taking all this with gubbins out in here, because there's no reason to. It's only a, there, it's only a switch, that, see, you don't, it ain't going to hurt going in the old caustic, but this plastic's got to come out, so I've got to take this piece out. This door just clips out like that. I've got to take it out because I want to get him to shut nice and, I want him to shut nice and flush on there, see, because he's not looking, he's nearly there, you know, he ain't far away, but I'm fussy. You all know that now. But like I say, that piece can come out, that door, he'll come out like that. So then all we got to do is take these two out, that'll come out, and then we can take this stupid thing here off and sort out why it's so loose, because it is very, very loose. Shouldn't be that bad like that. It's obviously something's not quite fitting properly, because I want that to, so you know that there, that's why it's not shutting properly. It needs a bit more plastic on that piece. It's, over the years it's worn in there. If you look, come in again, over the years it's worn that. It's supposed to push back that far, but as you see there's a gap. See that little gap there? That's how he should click in, but he's coming back out, and that's why it's not shutting proper up here. That's why that's not shutting properly up there. But we'll sort that out. Right then, guys, before we start to strip this, I have cheated a bit. I've with the magic of YouTube, of course, I've actually, as you can see, I've drilled and I've tapped both of these, so it's going to make it easier for them, you know, for doing the video. But yours would be, you know, it'll have rivets in it, so I've actually had this out and I've drilled and tapped this off camera to make it easier to take apart for the, you know, for the actual video. So I'm going to take this out now and I'll show you how it comes apart. Alright, so get the old, I've used M2 screws, and it's a 1.7 millimeter drill bit. Don't ask me what the gauge is, I haven't got a bloody clue. I actually broke me tap doing this one, so I'm going to have to look on the packet and try and get, you know, get another one. All I know is it's USA Pro or some bloody thing it's called, but I don't know what the gauge is, because there's different sort of gauges of thickness of the actual thread on the screws that you know what you use for the taps. That's why I don't really go into it much. I only do it now and again with what I've got. Once this runs out, that's the end of it. Can't get my bloody fingers in and get the screw out. Get out. There, right, we got our little screws out. Right, now this here I just lift out now, let's say like that. Now that that just let that comes out anyway. You don't need to take that out to do it, because you only got to loosen it really to take that front piece out. But now that enables us to take this piece out. So if I flick the switch, that release that'll come out now, see, and then the spring come out. So now all this is all ready for you know, going in the old caustic soda, because all this is all metal, so this ain't gonna hurt, so that don't matter. So we can go ahead and strip all that now. Now I've got to tell you something now before we go any further. These here seats, this one, this isn't the one that actually was in this model to start with. It was one like this, and if you see, there is an actual seat on that one, a fixed seat. It's already fixed on there, and you put your little Captain Scarlet in there, and that's, you know, he just comes out and that's it. But this one, I noticed on some pictures, because this one was in such good nick all around here and all that, I thought I'll use this one, but I haven't got the bit that actually folds down. There's supposed to be like a black plastic hinge that goes in there. If you see it, goes into the actual thing, and it sort of folds down, and the seat is a separate piece in it, and Captain Scarlet sort of sits down there, and you fold him up to go back in when you push it back in. Well, I've ordered that, and I'm hoping it's going to be here by the end of the video, but if not, seeing this one only screws together, I will put this one in. I will also spray this piece up, and I'll just, for the sake of the video, I'll just put Captain Scarlet in there just to finish the video off. You know, at least it'll look finished on the end of the thing. But once I get the part through, I should obviously put the hinge bit and put this door back in, because I can unscrew it all and do whatever I like with it, if you know what I mean. But you know, for now, that's going to have to do. I'm going to have to take off this rivet. It's going to have to come out here. That's going to have to come out, and so I can take this piece off. But you know, that'll all glue back, so I'm not bothered about that. Put a bit of the old epoxy on there to put all that back, because I doubt if I'll be able to get a rivet in there, but we'll get there. So right now, what we're going to do now is strip all this. I'll take this off camera. It's only a case of drilling that out and, you know, dunking it. But that's what we're going to do now, is get on with the old stripping. Right. We're going to put the old caustic soda in here now. I'm doing this handheld because I can get a better angle like this. Got everything stripped off now. So this is all metal now in here. Oh, there he goes. We'll let that simmer. Let that simmer for a while. Get all that paint off, and then we'll next time you see it, it'll be all nice and shiny. Because I won't bother showing you all the wire brushing, because that, you know, a bit tedious. You know how that works. So anyway, let's leave that for a while, and we'll come back in a minute and see what it looks like. Right then guys, as you can see, it's all nicely cleaned up now. I said it'd be nice and shiny, didn't I? Everything's all ready to be sprayed up now. Bodywork's all cleaned up. I might give this a quick brush over with a handheld wire brush, but I've noticed while cleaning it, if you notice there, you see that little hole? I'll come a bit closer there. Now that little hole gets covered up by the sticker, but I'm not using stickers. I'm actually using decals, so it's not going to cover that up, so I'm going to have to fill that. And what it is the actual post where the spring goes on inside that. That's where it's fixed on inside. I never noticed it before, because like I say, it's it was covered up by the sticker, so I wouldn't have. But yeah, that's another extra little job. So all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of filler in there before I spray it, and just smooth it out a bit. It's only just so that the paint, you know, covers over the O really. So it only needs a little dab. It doesn't need really fine finishing, professional finishing or anything like that. Just as long as it fills the O up and I can get the paint coat over it, that's good enough. So I'm going to do that, and the next bit now will be spraying up. And then there's a few little, it just needs a bit of a, you know, scrub with an hand brush really. And then that'll be nicely sprayed up. And the spray paint I'm using, the colour, is this one here. You can see that. It's Metropolis Blue Metallic. And there's not a lot left in there, so I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough. So anyway, let's get on and do that. Okay then, let's get on and spray this base. And all I'm using here is just this is a matte black spray paint here I'm using on this. I was going to put gloss on afterwards, but I decided afterwards, I thought, well, I might as well just lacquer over this mat really, because it'll still come out shiny. So that's what I decided to do. But it's going on pretty nice. It's straight onto metal, no base coat needed on this. Pardon me. Yeah, so if you've got like a good shell, you can go straight on it with paint. I've never had any problem with it. The only time is when you've got like dinks and bad bits on it you've had to fill. For instance, on this one I showed you that little low, I filled that up, as you can see, and I put a very light bit of undercoat on top of that. So we're going to go on now with a Metropolis Metallic Blue. And this colour here, I'll tell you, it ain't too bad at all. It's pretty close to the original. So we're going to give this one a nice good coat of this. But you've got to be very careful when you use metallic paints. You mustn't go very heavy on certain areas. If you go a bit too heavy, it will show dark spots on it. So you've got to be very quick, and you've got to do it very sort of short bursts and get a nice even coverage of it, because like I said, you'll have little dark spots where it's too thick, and it will show up. It's a horrible sort of paint to paint, really. Paint to paint. But it's a horrible thing to paint, really. It's metallic. But if you get it right, it does come out very nice. As you can see, it's looking about perfect, actually, if I don't mind saying so myself. Okay guys, I've got to apologise, I've got a bit carried away with this. I know the last scene was a spraying scene, wasn't it? Well, it was a cold day the other day, and I thought I'll come out and do a little bit more, get it lacquered, try and get it lacquered with a heater on in here. And what I've done, I put the decals on. I've actually cut my decals out and put them on. I've painted the front as well. I've done the old in the front there and the lights. And I've also masked this piece off and sprayed that top piece on. But the decals haven't come out too bad, actually. They fitted on there pretty well, as you can see. SVP there, that all on the side. So we are now at the assembly stage, which is pretty easy, really. This door, as I told you earlier, I'm going to use this one just to finish the video off, because I haven't got the actual folding seat for the other bit. So simple this is to put together. You just need a bit of glue, obviously. That's all I'm going to use, is just a little bit of glue on this, because this one will be staying on there anyway, so I don't suppose it matters where I put it. Actually, I'll put it on the metal or the thing, it doesn't really matter. So I'll get that, I'll show you this bit in a minute. I'll get this bloody glue to come out. Put a bit there. A little bit around the rivet, that's all we need really. And then this piece here, it'll only go in one way, because you've got the rivet there, that. You just slide that in, click it into place, and that's about it. This job done. I'm not going to stick Captain Scarlet in there, because like I said, he's going to go on the other one, so we'll just put him. Yeah, he's got a little tag on the back anyway, so we're right with that. So I'm just going to push him in for now, just so he stays there. He should be alright, to do that. That's that done. Right, I'll come out a bit so you can see a lot better. Right, I've got these wheels all lined up, they're all ready. I've got to just push the other ones on. Right, get them back in there again. They're pretty easy to put back, these wheels. Saying that, I always make a hard job of everything. Push them in the O's like that, and then if I flip them over, I should do them one at a time really. Just get our wheels, and they just they just push on, really. That's about all there is to it. I'm going to have to give them a bit of a wallop, but that's all you do with them. And you get the little one. I'll put another little one there, because that's where it goes. I think I should do these one at a time, really, folks, 'cause I don't really need to show you this. Right, I've got all them on. What I did, I used a bit of a lollipop stick and put on there, and then just get it a tap with the hammer, just to, you know, just to tap them home to make sure they were properly sort of on there, and they look pretty good at the moment. They look pretty much well there. Right, next bit, this piece. As you can see, it just goes in the back of here. If you look at this, if I come in a bit closer, I'll show you. You've got to bear with me with this camera, folks, because it's you know, I'm just getting used to it, really, getting used to the focusing. Push it in there, and it'll just clip like that. It'll just clip up against that spring. It only just pushes in and it holds itself there. Now we need this piece. That just drops down there, and that sort of acts as a thing to keep, it keeps the aerial up there, and it also keeps this, it covers up them there, and it keeps these tracks in there, stops they from slipping out as well. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to put a little bit of glue, maybe on that, well, just a little dab on that side, right there in that little groove, just to hold it there, so that when I turn it upside down or anything, it's not going to flop out again or anything. I just want it to make it easier to put this thing back together. You don't have to do this, folks. It's just me being lazy. So I'll stick a little bit of dab of glue on there. That's all I want. And then I'll stick it in there. I'm sorry about my hand covering it up. Just push it in, let it sit there for a minute. And then we'll let that go for now, because time we've done that, done the other bits, we can stick that on. Right, next bit, we want to fit the side door with the old Captain Scarlet. Right, we want our spring that just goes over there like that. Then we want our Captain Scarlet, and you got the hole there, that. Got the hole, and you just push that over where the spring is, line it up in the runners, and then just push it in. Oh, he did clip, and push the little thing down. It might be a bit stiff because it's been painted, so we'll just push that down to hold that thing there now, while we put the rest of the bits in. So now we've got this here bit now. Now, I'd said to you, I've actually drilled this out to fit this easier, so it actually goes that way round. So you want that to line up with the actual the runner of that piece. Let's put our little door in. That'll just clip underneath there. There's a couple of little things under there, and then that'll hold that down. Once we screwed that back, that'll be all held down. If I can get the bloody screws in, I can't even get the screws in now. Pissing fingers here. If I get this screwdriver in the end, I might be able to do something. Oh, get in there. See, folks, this is the trouble with me with bloody screws. I'm useless. I can't put screws in. I'm hopeless. I'll put that there a minute. Get this screw on the end of here. Ah, right. Now we're in business. Now I'll put that one in there now. He's going all the way in this one. I'm not messing around with this. See, now look, you don't want to go in there now. Get in there, you live there. And we'll tighten that nice and tight. Not too tight, because I've got to take this out again. Because when I get me door that's got the swing down door, I want to, you know, replace this door with that one. So that's that part done. We've got the old thing on the front. Now all it is now is, well, it's all easy now. We just put that one. There's two ways this can go in, but you want them little pips there, and you want them on the bottom really. So you want to put it in this way really, like, you know, so you don't see the old marks on it, you know, because you don't want to see the bloody pips, do you? You want it to be a nice finish. So that's that bit done. Now it's just a case of the aerial. Just drop the aerial in the back like that, and then this shouldn't fall out now, that piece. We should be able to just turn that over and put the back on, or the bottom I should say. So then we just drop that on there like that. Oh bugger, I hate these screws, they're such a pain. Alright, if I get one in there then I'm laughing, am I? I don't know if I'll bother fitting that other bloody seat. With all the pissing around this is, just putting this together. I might just leave it like it is. I won't go mad tightening them up. As long as it holds it, that's the main thing. I've got one screw in the back there. That's the last one. The back one there. See, I'm trying to do it so you can see why you'd want to see me putting a screw in for. I don't know, but you know how to put screws in. You don't need me to show you that. Get in there. Let's put the old aerials up, and we'll tighten it up a bit. Like I said about this back screw, if you tighten it up too much, you can't rotate that aerial. Right, that's it folks, it's all put together. So we're going to have a look at it now. Oh, rocket. Well, that's shut. Yes, it shuts, but that's not shutting very nicely, as you can see. That was the only thing I didn't really like about this. It's shutting a bit too far down, that, see? I wonder if I can bend that back a bit, maybe in the future. When I tested this out, that front piece, it wasn't down so far as that. So look how far down that is, like, it's horrible. But when I actually tested it out, it didn't look so bad. I wonder if I can just straighten that out before we put it on the turntable. Next shot will be on the turntable, folks. See if this one works. Yeah, and he ejects Captain Scarlet. I thought he would do. I'm not going to chance that. But as you can see, it's just this switch is a bit sticky. Yeah, I'm going to have to. The old switch is going to have to be rolled up a bit, folks, because of the paint. But it all works, as you can see. It's just that I'm not happy with that. But I'll see what I can do in a minute, off camera, with this, and we'll be back with the turntable shots. Right then, folks, here we go. This is just a reminder of what it looked like before we started the OSPV. Spectrum Pursuit vehicle. Thanks again, Jeff Ford, for sending this one in. Very much appreciated. Enjoyed doing this one. As you see, it wasn't much wrong with it really. I mean, it was just needed a respray. The only bits that was missing was a missile, which would get missing anyway from when you were kids, and the little Captain Scarlet figure. That's all that was missing really. Everything else was there. So anyway, after fiddling around with it, and well, the wheels, I thought some of the wheels were actually melted when I looked at them, but it was just pure gunk and mess. And after a good clean up, all that come off, and the wheels were in pretty good nick. So anyway, after we did our little turnaround job on it, this is what we come up with. A nice, well, mint looking. Looks like he's just come out the showroom, doesn't it? Captain Scarlet's just been down the showroom and bought himself a new SPV. So anyway, hope you like the video. I'm glad you're all sticking with me. I know I'm doing it every couple of weeks now, but it is a lot easier for me. If you like what you see, please like, share. Anybody who hasn't subscribed yet, please do so, because it does help me. And to everybody who have subscribed, thanks again very much. I'm glad you like what I'm doing. So all I can say now is cheerio for now, and I shall see you next time. Maybe a couple of weeks time, maybe later, I don't know. But anyway, till then, it's bye bye from me. Bye bye. See ya.